Hi guys and welcome to another video. So it's finally time to start spring cleaning, and today we're starting with my old horse trailer. So this is our HB 511 that we've had for a few years now, but we've not really used it recently. So it's now time to give it a really good spring clean because, as you can see, it very much needs it.
So the first job is to open the trailer up and see what we're dealing with. I've not actually looked inside the trailer for a really long time, so I couldn't remember how dirty it was in there. It actually turned out not to be too bad in the end. And undoing the ramp for someone who's 5'2" and quite little is always a bit of a task. Literally shorty problems right here when you don't have enough weight on you to get the ramp down and you have to climb on the back of the trailer. But we got there in the end, so that was it all opened up.
So this is what the trailer looks like currently, and as I said, it's been really out of use recently, especially due to COVID and not being able to go anywhere. So it's looking a little bit green. And there's lots of little cobwebs as well on here that all need coming off. So I'm going to give it a really good jet wash. Now inside isn't too bad. The ramp obviously could do with a little bit of a clean, but in general, not too bad. We actually used the trailer last for transporting a few items. So there's little random bits and like baling twine and stuff in here. But this just needs brushing out and jet washing down. And do the ramps and everything. The windows definitely need a clean. And then we've got that little tack storage here. So that needs seeing too. And then this side, to be fair, isn't as bad, but this is the side that was mainly sheltered when it was being stored. So yeah, let's go set up the jet wash.
So excuse the fact I've got my GoPro on my head, but I didn't know if it'd pick up okay with the water and everything, so I filmed both. So basically I just started by jet washing the outside, starting on this side of the trailer because it's obviously the most dirty and there was quite a lot of green that had built up on this side. So my jet wash isn't the best, it's kind of past it. We've had it quite a few years, but it always does the job, so we never actually get around to buying a new one. So it's not the most powerful, so it does always take me a little longer than if I was using a more powerful pressure washer. But it did do a really good job of cleaning up the side and just getting all the green and all the cobwebs and everything off. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I find it super satisfying just watching all of the dirt lift off straight away. So the front ramp and the sort of front like axle bit were definitely the dirtiest part, so they took quite a bit of getting off. And as I mentioned before, the window really needed a good clean, and it was super satisfying seeing all of that green come off. One thing that I had to take into consideration was the fact that I was spraying a flat surface, so that meant I got absolutely soaked when I was doing all of this. Luckily it was a super hot day, so it was actually really refreshing and it wasn't too cold. So once the worst side was all nice and clean, I then decided to move on to the interior. Now the inside of the trailer actually wasn't very dirty at all, it just needed a bit of a sweep out and just like poo stains and things like that getting off. So the first thing I did was just sweep out the middle of the trailer and just get all of the sort of hay and debris that was left on the floor, and then open it up so that I could start spraying. So I started at the very front and I did the first ramp. Now, but where the trailer's parked, we couldn't put this down, so I just sprayed it while it was still vertical. and it was super satisfying working the way down and getting all of that dirt off. So whilst we do clean the trailer after every use, it's normally just a brush out. We don't normally jet it down, so that's why sometimes there is a little bit of a build-up of dirt. But to be honest, we've hardly really used this trailer. To say we've had it for a few years, it's mainly been used for between livery yards or going to the vets. We've done a few shows and a few outings with the horses, but not really much in the last few years, so it's not really had that much use. So I'm just going to be cleaning the floor, which as you can see is literally still really clean. It just had a bit of debris, a bit of hay, a little bit of poo on there that just needed blasting off. And then I moved on to the sides, and it's actually really difficult to film jet washing, believe it or not, because everything gets absolutely soaking. So then I cleaned down the partition. Now, because it's a white partition, there are like ingrained stains in there that it's just never going to be perfectly white again. But I did my best to get everything that I could off. And then it's back to the front to start working on the other side of the trailer. So the breast bars obviously come in contact with the horses, so a lot of the grease from the horse's coat, or if they sweat up during travelling, gets onto these, so it means they can get pretty disgusting. So I gave that a really good blast down. And then back onto the flooring. Now my favourite part of the entire thing was doing the ramp, because it was super satisfying. All of that sort of hay that just wouldn't brush off came straight off with the pressure washer, so that was really good. Unfortunately my camera had got a little bit wet, so sorry about the massive water bubble there. And there we go, that is the inside of the trailer all done. So I popped the ramp back up so that I could clean this section as well on the outside. And the main thing I was really looking forward to getting off was all the green build-up on the spare tyre at the back. So our trailer is actually a HB 511. So this trailer, we've had up to a 17.2 in this. And it's always been a fantastic trailer, but we are actually going to be selling it very soon. And that's because we're looking to upgrade to a horse box. Just because, one, some of our horses won't travel in a trailer, such as Chilli. And two, we've had trailers for quite a few years now, and it's just a bit easier if you have a horse box. And I can't actually tow a trailer because with me being 24, you have to do your towing license to be able to tow a trailer, and I haven't got that. Whereas if we get a 3.5 ton box, I can actually drive that, so I don't have to worry about my parents taking me places. So then I moved on to the Groom Store. Now my Groom Store has an inbuilt saddle rack, so just a tack box. So I gave this a really good spray, and there are holes in the bottom of it, which is really helpful when you're jet washing. So it's got space for 2 saddles and then a few hooks. I think it's got 4 hooks on it for bridles and head collars and things like that. And this is so handy. It's definitely one of those extras we're really glad that we did actually get. So this actually collects quite a lot of dirt though, so I gave that a really good blast down. And then I closed the Groom Store and then just finished off by going over this side. A lot of the sort of plastic tends to get quite grubby, but it's really satisfying when all the dirt just lifts off really easily from that. And that was pretty much the outside of the trailer complete. In fact, that was the entire trailer complete. So this is what it looks like now that it's all nice and clean. Obviously it still needs to dry a little bit, but it looks so much better. It literally looks almost brand new again. There are a few marks on the side just where we've had old signage and things like that, but it's just looking so much better. But it just looks so much cleaner. There's no more green, there's no more cobwebs. So I'll just open it up again to show you the inside. So as you can see, the ramp is all lovely and clean, all the matting's nice and clean, looking very black and shiny. So there we go, there's the trailer all ready for our next outing. I think it's due for a service, and then we might be using it, or I might be hiring a box because I have a few days out planned. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this slightly different spring clean. I've never actually cleaned my trailer before for YouTube or really showing you it at all. So there you go, that's what my trailer looks like, especially now that it's all nice and clean. We might actually get to go out some places very soon. So guys, there you go, my nice clean trailer finally. It was so disgusting, I didn't even realise it was that bad, but it is all done now. So I'm really happy with the way it's turned out. I've put the ramp down and everything so that it can now dry out because we've got glorious sunshine, so it should dry out super quickly. But thank you all so much for watching. I have a lot more spring cleaning videos on their way, so let me know in the comments below if you're excited to see them. And as always guys, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on that bell icon so you get a notification every single time I post. You don't want to miss the upcoming videos. I'll see you all soon. Bye!